This is Tar Heel Talk, an in-depth look at the issues and people making news in North Carolina. Here's your host, Sonia Williams.
Studies show that only 1 out of every 5 North Carolina high school seniors will complete a 4-year degree within 6 years. Well, today we're looking at an organization working to change that. WGU is a nonprofit online university, and joining me now is the Chancellor of WGU North Carolina, Catherine Truitt. Welcome to Tar Heel Talk.
Thank you, Sonia. It's lovely to be here with you.
Now, WGU North Carolina is part of Western Governors University?
That's correct.
Tell us a little bit about the organization and the structure.
Sure. Western Governors University was founded in 1997 by a group of 19 governors who had unmet workforce needs in their state, who decided they wanted to leverage the dawn of the internet and start an online university. This bipartisan group of governors had the foresight to look ahead and see what was coming next in higher education, and that's how WGU started. Several years later, the first state affiliate, WGU Indiana, was started by the governor of that state, and since then we have added 7 more state affiliates, North Carolina being one of them.
Okay. And how does this work? I know it's an online university, but there were people or students enrolled in WGU before we had WGU North Carolina.
Yes, that's correct. So we have students in all 50 states. We have about 102,000 students across the country. And so students were enrolled prior to the launch of the state affiliate a year ago. But having a state affiliate like WG North Carolina means that we have a chancellor like myself and a team on the ground really committed to addressing the workforce needs of the state. So in North Carolina, that would be more IT professionals, more teachers, and more nurses.
Okay. And let's talk a little bit about the degree options, because as you mentioned, you're working to meet the workforce needs here in North Carolina.
Yes.
What degrees are available?
So our 4 colleges are business, IT, education, and healthcare professions, which mainly means nursing. Mm-hmm. And as I mentioned, that's 3 out of our state's workforce shortages right there.
Absolutely.
So I believe NC Tech released their monthly jobs report today. There are 43,000 jobs in IT alone in the city of Charlotte right now.
That's incredible.
And it is incredible. And around the same in the Raleigh-Durham and Triad region as well combined. Mm-hmm. So there are jobs to be had, and we are actually, as a state, we are on track, that our job growth is on track to outstrip our population growth by 2024. Wow. So we need more people with post-secondary degrees.
Mm-hmm. What makes WGU different than other online programs?
That's a great question, Sonia. So for one thing, it's important for people to understand that we are nonprofit. We always have been nonprofit, and we always will be nonprofit. That means that we can focus solely on graduation. We are committed to students being at the center of everything that we do. And to that end, we keep our tuition very low. Tuition is about $3,200 for a 6-month term, which comes out to about $6,500 a year. Okay. And so that's the main way that I would say that we are different. But we are also competency-based, and we are 100% competency-based. And so what that means is that learning is measured by a student's ability to demonstrate mastery of the competencies in their degree field rather than by accumulating credit hours, which is the traditional model that we all start when we enter first grade.
Mm-hmm. So how do you measure, I guess, getting a degree? Because like you said, we're used to accumulating those credit hours.
Yes.
So how do you determine whether or not a student has qualified for a degree?
Mm-hmm. So the Department of Education at the federal level says that 1 credit hour is equivalent to 1 competency unit, and which is what we call our credit hours. So I can give you an example. We are getting ready to launch in about a year's time a new degree called Care Coordinator, which is something that as our population continues to age, we are going to need more and more people who are doing care coordination at hospitals, doctors' offices, elder care facilities, et cetera. In order to put that degree together, we are in the process now of assembling experts from across the country to create the competencies for that degree program. In other words, what competencies does someone need to master and show that they can master in order to earn a degree and be workforce ready in this area? And so when a student has demonstrated mastery of that list of competencies, they will earn a degree. There are about, just like in a traditional university, there are 120 competency units required.
Okay. So one thing I thought was really interesting is that you can enroll at any point and start classes at the beginning of every month, which is something that's very different and I think can be convenient for working adults.
Yes, that is so true. Because we are not tied to an academic calendar year, students can start the first of any month. And because students can start the first of any month and because we're competency-based, students move at their own pace through our program. And so you're not necessarily allowed to move as slowly as you would like, but you certainly can move as quickly as you would like. And so if, a full-time load for our students would be about 12 competency units. And if a student were to finish those competency units with let's say 4 months into their term of 6 months, they can continue and take more classes at no extra cost. So I like to say it's an all-you-can-eat credits.
Right, and so people can move at their own pace, particularly if they want to accelerate.
Accelerate, exactly.
Which is convenient.
Exactly.
How can people find out more information about WGU North Carolina?
The easiest thing to do is Google WGUNC, or you can check out the website, wgu.edu.
Okay, excellent. We're going to take a break. We'll talk more in just a minute.
Thank you.
We'll be back with more Tar Heel Talk after these messages. Today's show focuses on WGU North Carolina. WGU is a nonprofit online university that makes earning a college degree more accessible and affordable. With us again is Catherine Truitt, Chancellor of WGU North Carolina. Also joining us is Carla Wilkins. Carla is a student at WGU North Carolina. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Now, Chancellor Truitt, let's talk a little bit about what a typical student might look like, because it's not like we would see on a college campus.
That's exactly right. So the average age of our student is 36, and about 76% of our students work full-time while they are attending school with us. About 43% of our students are first-generation college goers, which we think is so exciting. And in North Carolina, about 18 to 20% of our students have some military affiliation, either veteran or active duty, or the family member of a veteran or active duty military member.
Right. So certainly appealing to a different, I guess, type of student.
Yes, but what's interesting is that what we think of as the non-traditional student now is the traditional student, because there are so many students above the age of 22 who are coming back to school. In fact, I saw an article today that says that nationally, 26% of undergraduate students are parents. So what we like to say is contemporary student now, because non-traditional just doesn't describe it anymore.
Exactly, exactly. Who's to say what's traditional anymore?
Exactly.
I think that's changed a lot. And Carla, that's where you come in. You're amazing. When I was reading information about what you're doing, you're the mother of 6, you work full time and own 2 businesses, and now you're back in college.
Now I'm back in college.
Tell us about your experience.
I will say that I had a long road trying to figure out what school I wanted to attend. And when I actually looked at WGU, it was like hitting everything. And of course, the main thing, of course, it was able to take care of my pockets. So
that affordability piece is very important.
Right. Yeah. But then as I started attending the school, it was like everyone felt like family. And even though we were an online school, and I had attended an online school before, it felt nothing like this. It was like when I was having problems, my mentor, he would jump on it. He would, he would email me until I was confident, in myself. And then also my professor, I sent her an email one day, and that was right before I was going to take one of my certifications, or go for one of my certifications. And she heard the nervousness in my voice, and soon as it couldn't even have been 5 minutes. She called me immediately, and she calmed me down. And I was just like, wow, this is like family. So it's just been amazing, and it's been amazing for me to be able to do it at my speed, because like you said, I'm a mother of 6, so we have football, we have cheerleading, we have, family time, and then of course me working full time, as well as trying to take care of my other 2 businesses. It's a lot, but I still find that time for me to be able to go back and do what I've always wanted to do, which was to get my bachelor's degree. So it's lovely.
Well, just hearing everything that you've experienced, there can't be any excuses for someone not going back to school. And I think having an option like WGU North Carolina is certainly something that will help a lot of people be able to do that and still afford to pay their bills and take care of their families.
And Carla brought up an interesting point. She mentioned her mentor, and that's another thing that distinguishes us from other universities, and that is that every student has a mentor. And that mentor is someone with expertise in the field in which you're studying. They have work experience in that field, and so they are so well equipped to help you get through those rough patches, make sure that you have everything that you need to be successful.
Right, and that's the crucial piece, is having that support so that you not only get your degree, but then you're in a position to feel like you're ready to take on employment in that field.
Yes.
So Carla, what is your major?
I am majoring in cybersecurity. Cybersecurity. And I would have never believed in a million years that this would be my major. So it kind of jumped on me. So at work, we had this major issue with someone had hacked into our system. And because we have a small IT department, even though we have a huge company, we have over 1,300 employees, we have 7 in the IT field. So no one had the expertise in cybersecurity. So that was my aha moment. So I thought about it, and I was fussing with myself. You are not going back to school, you've did your time. And of course, then I just had my oldest went off to college. So I was like, no. So of course, we still kept having more issues to the point we had to bring out the big guys to come and clear the problem out. And we're still dealing with the remnants of it now. So I was thinking, and I said that, of course, if we had any issues like this to come up in the future, would we have to go through this whole ordeal again? No, we wouldn't have to.
Because they have you.
Carla to the rescue.
Carla to the rescue. So that was what made me make my decision actually to go back, just having this little issue at work. And I was like, yeah, I went back and I got my associate's degree for computer information and science. But I was like, I really had my eyes on that bachelor's. So I was like, yeah, now I'm going to finally do it.
And now you have the opportunity to do that, and you're working toward that. And having that mentor and that support, I'm sure, is helping you navigate and move along with your process. Where are you in the process of getting your degree? How much longer do you have?
Well, now I'm a newbie. So I'm still in my first term. So, but it depends, because it's as fast as I want it to be, or I can go as smooth as I want it to be. So with me, my first course that I took, it was a course that I had taken before, but it was like more so a rush. So I had to just cram, I had to get what I needed that moment, and after, I took the test and everything, it was like, So this time around, I was able to actually take it in, take everything in, and know exactly what this did, and I know exactly what that would do. So that was like better for me. So I did take the first course a little slower, but the next 2 courses that I already have like, that kind of information. So therefore I could take them a little faster.
Okay.
But I definitely wanted to just absorb that first course.
Absolutely. And having the ability to move at your own pace is so important, especially for working adults.
It is.
Absolutely. And working adults bring an entirely different skill set to higher education. They bring creativity, they bring employment experience, they bring time management. And the idea that a student would be able to move more quickly through material they already know is so key to success for our students. In fact, we just got data last week that our student default rate at WGU nationally is only 4.1% versus the rest of the country is 10.8%.
Oh, wow.
So our students are graduating with less debt. They're realizing an ROI, the return on their investment, much sooner, and they are earning more money faster, which is really what education and workforce is all about.
Absolutely, and that's where your focus is providing educated employees to help meet the needs of our state.
Yes, and we actually outsource our polling, and last year one of the polls that we took, that we surveyed employers, and 100% of the employers surveyed said that the WGU grad was prepared for his or her job. 100%.
Right. And they're graduating relatively debt-free or with little debt.
Yes, absolutely.
Which is important as well.
Absolutely.
We're going to take another break. All right. We'll be back with more Tar Heel Talk after these messages. Welcome back to Tar Heel Talk. I'm Sonia Williams. We're talking today about WGU North Carolina. WGU is a nonprofit online university that makes earning a college degree more accessible and affordable. And with us again is Catherine Truitt, Chancellor of WGU North Carolina. Also joining us is Carla Wilkins. Carla is a student at WGU. Thank you both again for being with us.
Thank you.
When you talk about having and providing a platform to get a college degree at an affordable and accessible rate, what are some of the things that you share with potential students?
Well, certainly the first thing that's on a student's mind is cost. But they also want to know, will my community college courses transfer? Will my work experience count for something? Will my military experience count for something? And one of the things that I really like about being able to answer those questions is explaining the competency-based education piece of what we do. We are the only university in the United States that is 100% online, 100% competency-based, and nonprofit. But what that competency-based education means for someone like Carla, or for someone coming out of the military, is that they are going to move very quickly through the material that they already know. And that means less money and less time.
Right. And I think that's important to point out. You were saying in a previous segment that each semester is about 6 months long.
Yes.
And the average cost is about $3,200.
Yes.
But what I thought was extremely exciting about that is for that 6 months, you can move along and take as many courses as you can complete.
Yes.
At no additional cost.
That's exactly right. My sister is working on her master in nursing at WGU, and she really wanted to finish in 1 year. So she started on June 1st, and she is on track to finish in
Wow.
1 year. And she is a single mother with 2 teenagers and works full-time at the VA. And this would not be possible if it weren't for WGU.
And I think it's important to, I think a lot of times when people hear online university, they think maybe you're not fully accredited. Talk a little bit about that and how your degree is viewed.
Yes. So regional accreditation is the gold standard when it comes to 4-year universities. We are regionally accredited by the Northwest Commission for Colleges, which is the regional counterpart to the SACS accreditation body, which is what all of our UNC and North Carolina universities are accredited. So we have the same accreditation as any UNC system campus or any private university in North Carolina.
And that's something I know that is extremely important for all students. And Carla,
Yes.
you, I understand, have earned a scholarship that will help you navigate and get your bachelor's degree.
Yes, it really will. And it has helped me out so much because with the scholarship, many didn't know that the scholarship completed the rest of the finances that I need. So now I won't have to get a loan. So it's my grants along with the scholarship completely paid off my whole schooling.
Wow.
So that is
excellent.
amazing.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Congratulations on that. And I think it's important too to point out that there are scholarships available for online courses.
There are. We have scholarships for teachers who want to go back and earn a master's degree in teaching, or for paraprofessionals or TAs who would like to become a certified teacher. We have WGU Loves Nurses degrees. We have the SAGE scholarship, which is an IT scholarship.
And that's what Carla
That's
earned.
what Carla earned. And we have scholarships for our military as well. In fact, next month we will have our Salute to Veterans scholarship, which will be for our military community.
Excellent. And I know that once you complete your degree, there's actually a commencement ceremony. So you actually, even though you don't see a lot of people online, you can actually get together and have a ceremony.
That's right. We will have a commencement in Charlotte in March of 2019. So it's coming up next year, and we are so excited. I went to one of our commencements in Washington, D.C. Several months ago, and it was my first time going, and it was unbelievable to see that we had 1,500 people come to walk across the stage, and they came from all over the country to participate, and they were so excited to be able to share their accomplishments with their friends and family.
Absolutely. Something to look forward to, Carla.
Definitely, definitely.
What would you say to another, like I said, you are busy, 6 children, a full-time job, and 2 businesses, and you're going back to school. What message would you share with other busy moms or busy parents who think that they may not have time to get a degree?
I would definitely say if you feel it in your heart and you've been having a passion to do something, to further your education, I would definitely say to go for it, because right now I'm pushing my parents. I'm pushing my husband. I'm pushing so many people to go back. And I even have my coworker, she's going to go back, I think next month she's going to start. So I'm pushing so many people to actually go to WGU, because it's amazing and you don't see anything like this around.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
I would definitely just say follow your dreams. And WGU is definitely the place that if you feel like you can't take care of it because of financial reasons, WGU would definitely
an
take care
affordable
of you.
option.
Yes.
We thank you both so much. Wish you all the best. Thank you for
Thank you,
sharing this
Sonia.
information and for being our guest today.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's it for this week's Tar Heel Talk. To comment on this or other episodes of the show, like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, or send an email to tarheeltalk@fox50.com. I'm Sonia Williams. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you again next week.